start laying down. However, before you do that, I want us to start laying down. I want you to grab a blanket, and if you don't have it, you could use a towel at home. You want a bit of hardwood floor, and if you don't have hardwood floor, oh well, won't matter. But in the studio here, I'm going to suggest everyone face forward because it'll be helpful. And I want you to put the blanket, maybe, can you all see that? Like widthways in front of you. And then allow yourself to come down onto your belly, and then let the elbows go wide and just rest on your belly here for a moment or two. And then you might take your feet a little wider. You might need to move your hands. Sometimes when I rest on my hands, my rings get in the way. So you might actually move your hands more forward and just find it something comfortable for yourself. If you're have any discomfort in your chest area and your bosom, like just adjust so that you feel comfortable laying here. And again, I'm going to suggest some of you could take your feet a little wider. Some of you are great, but some of you just give yourself a little space, and then turn your awareness to your breath, please, and land. I'm finding tightness in the front line of my body, and this morning I'd like us to just really explore opening up perhaps in a different way. I was talking to my son about this yesterday. We get stuck in these cycles, these samsaras of what our patterns are, not just even our practices, but our habitual ways. And it's good for us to do things a little differently sometimes and just notice how it lands and feels. My son struggles with anxiety, and it can lead into depression. And so he knows if he goes for a walk in nature, it helps, or works out, it helps, or focuses on his breathing, helps. It also helps to be with good company, spending time with people who lift you up, light you up, remind you of your value, appreciate you. You might even hear, especially those of you at home who are recovering, maybe think on those people who support you in life, help you feel your best, and maybe help you move out of those cycles, those habitual ways of being that can maybe not take us into the best places of doubt, of lack. It might even be those furry creatures who live with us. As I watch Felicity being made, yeah, she's like got two animals making out with her right now. That's kind of nice. Maybe that brings a little smile to your face. On your next inhale, you're going to press down through your hands and just glide your elbows under your shoulders. This is called a Sphinx Pose. And you'll take a breath here. You might press through the tops of your feet a little and lengthen the tailbone. You feel a little tone through your belly. So the elbows are under your shoulders. Your elbows, I just want you to watch me for a minute. Your elbows are under your shoulders. So move your elbows forward. Take a breath in, come on in. And then exhale, let your elbows go forward and you press the blanket away. Inhale as you come on up at the Sphinx Pose. And then really stretch it out. Exhale, find a mat, my friend, and I'll get you a blanket. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, pulling on back. Good. And then exhale, really stretching it forward. You might squish into the person and toes in front of you. Hope they're clean. Bend that mat over and then see if you can join in a little bit. And just keep moving with your breath here. We'll take at least 3 more. And then inhale and stay in that Sphinx pose. The tendency, I think, with people is a little scrunchy in your shoulders. See if you can just soften the shoulders, let them relax, and maybe nod the head. And then pause, let the head drop a little, and then just let it go over to the right and feel that little opening through the left of your neck. And then let the chin gently drop and just go to the other side. If you're feeling anything in your lower back right now, just a little more attention to your feet, please. Your legs govern your lower back. So activate, like bring muscular energy into your legs just to support that. And just from side to side on your own, just opening that area. What are the samsaras that cause my tight neck? I must work that out. Good. And then drop your head down, look in, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just lift your hips off the floor. Your knees can stay down, just your hips. Look in, look in, look in. Good. And then exhale, let the hips lower down. Let the shoulders roll back and release. Good. Inhale, look in, lift your hips off the floor. Stay. It's like a little contraction here. Good. And then exhale. Oh. Welcome to yoga. Inhale, look on in. Exhale, lower on down. Inhale, draw in, pull, engage. Exhale, lower all the way down. Good. This time, let the elbows go wide. Inhale. Hands alive alongside your chest now, shoulders up and back. Just a sweet little cobra. And then stretch on back, child's pose. And you might flick your mat as you do it on the way and move the blanket off to the side. Just notice how your back is feeling. It can be a little triggering for some of us who might have sensitivity in our lower back. And I'm going to suggest some of you could take your knees a little wider. Just notice how that feels to give yourself a little more soft space, maybe softness through the belly, even though we started to activate the core. Good. 2 more breaths here. Walk your hands towards your knees, please. And then just gently let your hips shift to one side and flick your legs around. Hands will turn towards your buttocks. Roll your shoulders up and back. Good. You can certainly stay here, but I'm going to encourage most of you to go ahead and please pick up your feet. Take a breath in. Long breath out. You could stay here, or you could just float your hands forward. I find this when I'm walking in the street or at the supermarket. If I actually make eye contact and smile at someone, it helps soften something. That's what I'm talking about when we need others. Yeah, it helps. Isn't it easier now that we smiled a little bit? Take another breath in. Oh, long breath out. Let your knees go wide as the feet land, and you'll stretch the heart forward. Take a breath in. And then exhale, round the spine. Let the shoulders shrug forward. 2 more times, knees wide. Inhale. Exhale, come on and round. Inhale all the way in. Good. Exhale and round. And let yourself land on your back. Catch your right knee into your chest. Right knee hugs in. Bend your left knee so your left foot's on the floor. And you might rotate the femur around, so the bone in your upper leg around one way and then the other. Just notice how you're feeling. And then right ankle on top of left knee. Take a breath out. And then maybe pull your left knee in towards the chest. Hands can either glide to the back of that left leg or the knee if that's your preference. Some of us might like to extend the left leg towards the sky and rotate through the ankle. So just twirl the foot in space. Good. Bend your left knee if the leg's extended and release your hands. Let the left foot find the floor, right foot stays where it is. Press through the back of your head here. And you might even find that you lift the heart up and roll your shoulders back a little more. And then on your next inhale, as you're ready, lift the hips up. Good. And then slow-mo, lower them down. Inhale, hips will lift. Good. Exhale and lower them down. Just move with your breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pressing and letting the whole of the back body find the earth. 2 more times, inhale. Listen carefully, it changes a little bit. Inhale, stay lifted, and then just extend your right leg straight. Good, we'll lower it to the floor, heel touches, and then we'll inhale and just lift it up towards the sky. Exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Just 2 more. Exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. And exhale, lower all the way down. Take a breath in. Long breath out. It's your left knee that hugs in. Hug it on in. Good. Again, you could bend your right knee foot to the floor and just move your left knee around. Really, it's the upper leg you want to move around and just feel into the hips. Or is it just me who gets tight hip flexors? Maybe. Left ankle on top of right and a breath out. Pause. And then your right knee towards the chest, just a figure 4 shape. I'm going to suggest flexing your feet. Some of you might feel it a little more, especially now that you started to awaken your left side. Maybe stretching your right leg, extending it towards the sky and rotating the ankle. Good, and then rebending that leg. If you had extended it, release the hands, let the foot find the floor. Like let the breath really fully leave you. And then on your next inhale, the hips will lift. Exhale as you lower. Just keep moving with your breath. I'm not worried about how high you come. Rather, I want you to feel the fullness of your right foot on the floor, really stabilizing and supporting you. And up to you if you choose to like really activate your left foot here and see if you can widen the left knee as you rise up. We'll stay lifted this time. Inhale. That left leg extends long, so it's the knees are the same height. Good. And then it's a little lower on the exhale and then a lift. It's not high, it's just to the knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale and lower. Is this side harder? Feels like it. Anyone? No? All right, one more. Good, let that foot land. Just pause. Nice. Both knees into chest as you're ready. Again, a little movement. Let it be serving to how you feel today. Maybe you do something different. Maybe it's one knee at a time that draws in. Maybe you hug the knees together. Maybe you take them wider. I actually like them wider. And then as you're ready, we'll cross the legs. Actually, you don't need to cross the legs, but hands could be to the back of your thighs here as you rock and roll and claim that Navasana, boat pose. Again, you could have your hands on the floor, right? We just did it earlier. So you do you. I'm challenging you a little bit for sure. And then what happens is a little joy starts to manifest. I know you've heard it before, Beck. I know. I've got to get new material. Got to get outside of my samsara, my cycles of being, right? Maybe right leg extends, take a breath in. Maybe lean on back, breath out. Inhale, come on up, bend that knee, stay. It's your left leg extends. Maybe lower it down. Good. Inhale, come on back up, bend that knee. Again, you could be modifying. You could have your hands here. It would be fine, right? Please, maybe challenge yourself, both legs. There's a lot of hands that went to the floor. I'm so happy. I just want to celebrate those people. Maybe. Good. Inhale, come on and let your knees go wide. Lift your heart up. Exhale as you round the spine. Full up, inhale. Maybe out the mouth, let something go. Ah, one more. Inhale. Exhale. This time, do cross your legs, place your hands on the floor, find downward facing dog. How's the temperature? It's pretty warm in here, huh? It's nice? Okay, good. I hope it's warm at home. Or how about I make this promise to you? I'll get you warm at home. How about that? I just want you to start moving with your breath here, just warming the shoulders a little. So on your next inhale, please come forward to high plank. On the exhale, it's downward facing dog. Keep moving with breath. Inhale, come forward, all the way forward. Good. Exhale, hips lift. Stretch it up. Good. Keep moving with breath. Inhale. And exhale. Two more times. Inhale. And exhale. Come on forward. Inhale. And then exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, the right leg lifts. Lift it on up. Please bend the knee and just open that hip. Good. It might be that you make a couple of circles here with your knee, with the femur. You might go one way. They might be small. They might be big. Feel it. Good. And then inhale, stretch it long behind you, and then step it through between your hands. Good. Take a breath in. We're going to rise up, crescent lunge. Breath out, catch your left wrist, arch over to the right. Good. Inhale, rise on back up. Exhale, turn your back heel down and then fold to the inside of your left. You might go off the mat, actually, go to your left. And then walk your hands out a little bit more and press your butt back. Just feel open here. Explore. We're going to move a little bit. Your right hand crosses over left as you inhale. Straighten your right leg and then bend your left. Left hand over right. Inhale, rise up. Bend your right knee and straighten your left. We'll do it a few times. Inhale, rise up. And exhale. If Skandasana is in your practice, you're welcome to go there. It's up to you. A couple more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And stay. Hopefully you're at the front top of your mat. Stay. I want you to think about pushing your hips back and bowing your hearts forward, pushing your hips back, bowing your hearts forward. Well done. One more breath here. The inhale, you'll walk your hand back on your mat to the front, look forward. Good. Downward facing dog with your right leg lifted. Exhale. Good. And then inhale, come forward. It's a plank position, but your right leg's floating. Your right leg's floating. Good. Stay for a breath in. Long breath out. One more here. Please know at any time you can put your foot down or your knees down. How about we do it together? Take a breath in. Heart to the floor, breath out. Chest, it's a sweet cobra, inhale. To down dog as you exhale. To your left leg that lifts, inhale. Please bend the knee, and again, we'll take a few moments here, just making circles, using your leg to really create opening through this cavity of our hips. Here we go. And then on your next inhale, stretch that leg long and step it all the way through. Good. Crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up. You catch your right wrist. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, rise on up. Let the back heel turn down as you fold over to your right. I'm going to suggest your hands are off the mat, but whatever you feel. And then just pause here for one breath. Really stick your butt out. Just notice if you can create a little more space. And then it's your left over right as you inhale and straighten your left leg and bend your right. Right hand over left, inhale, or however it feels good for you to move. Inhale and exhale. Go from side to side. And again, if Skandasana is in your practice, it looks like this for those of you who need to see. You can bend a little deeper. It's just harder. And your body may not need that yet. We'll stop at the front of our mat wherever you are. Bend your left knee. Hands walk forward. Push your hips away. Hands walk, off to the right, like at an angle, and push your hips away. Good. See if you can go even deeper in your left knee. There we go. Yay, you. All of you. And then walking back to the front of your mat. Take a breath here. Just feel into it. Left foot to the sky. Breathe out. Floating plank. Breathe in. We're staying for a breath or two. Again, I'm inviting you to this, but you don't have to do it. You listen to you. Good choices. Just want to celebrate you. Maybe foot down, maybe knees down. Heart leads the way. Chaturanga. Sweet cobra. Just be gentle. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Long, long breath out. Can you think about pushing through the foundation of the shape, meaning your hands and your feet evenly? And as you do, let the peak of the triangle of your body be the sacrum. Can it lift a little higher? Yeah, kind of interesting. There's a tone through the belly that happens to make that happen, right? On your next inhale, the heels will lift. The knees will bend. Your choice to step or jump to the front of your mat. It's a half lift. Inhale as you arrive. The long breath out as you fold all the way forward. We're going to stay here. I'm going to suggest some of you take your feet a little wider. You could bend your elbows. That takes the support away from your spine. So if you have lower back stuff, I wouldn't do that. In fact, I would climb my hands onto my knees. This is still a forward bend, right? If you want to open your shoulders, you could interlace your hands behind your back and do that. We'll stay here for at least 3 more breaths. Your next inhale, just release the hands forward and stand all the way up. Good. Please catch your left wrist. step your right foot behind you and just feel a really beautiful opening here. You might even look up. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Change hands. Take that foot behind you and then just open it up. Good. Inhale, come on up, look on up. And then maybe soften the knees. Exhale, fold all the way down. The half lift, inhale. Good. Exhale, it's step back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, exhale. Stretch it long, inhale, and then step it all the way through. Good. Left heel comes down, inhale. It's warrior two this time. Stay for a breath out. And then it's your right hand under your left. Your right hand under your left. Let the elbows rise up and let the the arm bones glide in. Just nod your head or shake your head. Don't let there be tension in the neck. Good. And then let the hips glide backwards as you fold forward. The hips glide backwards as you fold forward. Good. And then maybe swing your arms, swing your right shoulder towards your right knee. Right shoulder, good. Now, can you maybe bend a little deeper through your right leg? Maybe draw the right buttock in a little more and fold in a little more deeply. Yes, stay for another breath in. Long breath out. We've got one more. Can you go a little deeper, some of you? There we go. Gorgeous. Inhale, release your hands, rise up. That's going to be hard. Inhale, groaning's okay. Exhale, reverse it. Stay for the breath. Inhale. Long breath out. Follow that breath as you windmill your hands. And it's an inhale to three-legged dog. And the exhale, you're floating your plank. You're floating your plank. You could stay here. You could put your foot down. You could put your knees down. Get it? Got it? Just saying, you have choices. You could lift your left hand up. That could be really fun. Or not. One more breath. Left hand down, maybe right foot down, full up. Chaturanga, exhale. Maybe up dog. I'm going to stay with cobra, your choice. Down dogs where we'll meet. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend that knee, exhale. Stretch it long, inhale. And step it through. Warrior two, inhale. Good. Left hand under right. I'm not mirroring, just saying. Elbows lift up. Some space, and then let the arm bones glide back in. Does that make sense? Like glide them back in. Good. Take a breath in here. Good. And then start to move your hips back. Your hips back, and then you'll start to fold forward from that apex from the back body. And then let your arms move to the left. Your left shoulder might make contact with your left thigh. Good. You might draw your left buttock in a little more. Nice. You might bend in a little more. Good. Keep pressing the hands together to feel the shoulders opening. Maybe nod the head. Some of you don't hold tension in your neck, right? Good. But can you bow in a little more deeply? Yes, even a little more. Amazing. We're going to rise up. Release your hands as you do it. Maybe groan. Reverse it, exhale. Stay for the inhale. Exhale and start to move. Three-legged dog, inhale. To floating plank, exhale. We're going to stay this time. Stay. So you can always pop your knee on the floor. You could still keep your left leg lifted, right? Right arm lifts. Does that make sense? You're in a, what do we call this? Bird dog? Yeah, there you go. That's a good one, right? Take another breath in. Yeah, exactly. Feel those vibrations. Good. Heart to the floor. Sweet back bend. Feel it. Down dog will meet. Enjoy your breath. We've got 3 here. Can you find a spaciousness through your hips? It might mean moving your thighs back in space here. And as you do that, notice what happens to the spine. We create more space. Yeah, I see that with some of you. Take a moment to decide. We'll inhale, lift our heels, bend our knees. You can lightly jump if you like or not. It's a half lift, inhale, full breath out, exhale, and then we'll rise on up, inhale. Good. Please catch your left wrist, step your left foot behind. Oh, did I get it right? Maybe not. Come on up. Am I the only one groaning? All right, that's all right. I'm okay with that. Oh, yes. Amazing. Inhale, look up. Pull your heart forward, exhale. The heart lift, inhale. It's a down dog, exhale. To your right leg that lifts, inhale. Bend the knee, open up, stretch it long, inhale. Step it through, exhale. Warrior two, inhale. To your right under left. Take a breath in. The hips move back as you breathe out, humbly bowing, and then trying to find the right shoulder to the inside. Now listen, it's going to change. Some of us are going to stay here. You might want to take your right hand to the floor, left hand to sky, or you could take your left hand behind you, maybe find the right hand as it slips under the right thigh, coming into extended side angle with a bind. That's deep, so just honor where you're at. Nice. Can you turn your heart towards the left? Maybe move your hips back a little. As you do that, lengthen your spine. Stretch the arms straight. One more breath. Amazing. Release. Hands to the floor. Take a breath in. Three-legged dog. Breath out. Floating plank, breath in. Chaturanga. We're so happy we didn't stop. Inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Bend the knee. Oh. Stretch it long and then step it forward. Warrior two, inhale. Left under right, exhale. Inhale, full up. Hips move back as you bow in. Left shoulder to the inner left thigh. Stay here, or maybe left hand to floor, right hand to sky. That might be nice. Keep widening your left knee, especially if you're from New Zealand. And then hand goes behind you perhaps, or glide it underneath. And then you want to like keep pulling your left hip under. Left hip under, left hip under. You have to bend your left knee to do that. Good. And then lift up, turn open to the right. Stretch your arms straight. There we go. Amazing. Yes. Hip, hip, hooray. One more breath. All right. Exhale, release. Take a breath in. Three-legged dog, breath out. Floating high plank, or modify, or don't flow. That's okay too, right? Down dog. Good. One more time, heels lift, inhale. Knees bend, exhale. Stepping, floating, flying, handstanding, however you want to get there. The half lift, if you haven't already, forward fold, and then rise on up, stretch on up. Left wrist, left foot, like a gracious opening. Good. Inhale, rise up. Other side. Gorgeous. Inhale, look up. Pour yourself forward. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Down dog, exhale. Your right leg lifts, inhale. This time bend the knee, maybe Vashisthasana. So where you lift up your right hand Or if you want to flip it, you could, your choice. Good. Right hand down, three-legged dog. Inhale as you're ready. Step it through as you exhale. Good. Warrior two. Inhale. Right under left. Exhale. Take a breath in. Move your hips back as you breathe out. Good. Right shoulder to the inside. Make a choice. Extended side angle your way. So it can be bound. It can be not bound. Whatever you'd like to do. Good. And then inhale, we're going to release and look to the floor. Lift your back heel up. Good. Take a breath in. Nice. Breath out. Step forward with your left foot floating. Nice. This is where a block might be nice. Under your left hand, right hand to the sky. Right hand to the sky. Good. So I don't know how I got it wrong, but just swaps. Will you swap? Will you do that for me? Yeah. Nope, you're good. Everybody else say, I wasn't talking to you. I should have talked quietly. Sorry. Can you make your right leg straighter? Can you drop your left hip down? Oh my goodness, I know. This is where it's going to get really fun. Look to the floor. Look to the floor. You can place your hands on the floor if you need. Otherwise, see if you can draw in from the core. Just float your hands to your heart as you lift your left knee forward. Oh my gosh. Place that left ankle on top of your right knee. Exhale and sit in. Stay for a breath. If you want to go deeper, I think it's nice to reach the arms out and bend a little deeper into your right knee, or you can always come down, hands to floor. Most of the time people's butt sticks up though, so you're bending in. One more breath. Go, we're going to rise on up. Inhale, knee lifts, knee lifts, knee lifts, hands to your heart. Breathe out and close your eyes for a moment here. You might let your hands just slide down alongside your bodies. We have habitual ways of being, of thinking. Our practice often disrupts us, distorts what we believe to be true, and it helps us to release, perhaps, see new ways, feel new ways. As the breath starts to really open from effort, you might feel that in your body right now, that ability to be more of that essence of you and the way you show up. We'll take a breath in, open the eyes, reach the arms up. You're catching your left wrist, step your left foot behind you and just really stretch to your deepest yet. Well done. Inhale, rise up. Other side. Good. Inhale, rise up. Pour yourself forward. Half lift, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Maybe flipping your dog, maybe finding a little arm balance in Vashi. Stay for a breath. The inhale lifts you up, hand to the floor, leg to the sky, stepping it through on the exhale. Warrior two, inhale. Left under right, exhale. Hips move back, inhale, and pour yourself forward. Left shoulder to the inside of left knee, left hand to sky, right hand opens. Staying here or coming into a bind, it's one full breath. Look to the floor, low runners lunge, back heel lifts, inhale. Look where you're going as you step forward, exhale. Right hand might find a block that might be really helpful as you stretch left hand to the sky. I'm going to suggest some of you move your left hip back in space a little more and drop your right hip down. Yeah, and then maybe rather than opening with your arm, maybe just turn your palm open, Judith. Yeah, I'm going to support you. Let this go a little more. See how that's more space? Amazing, girl. You're like awesome. Stay with your breath. You might look to the floor and place your left hand down, but keep your leg lifted. You might draw your hands into your heart as you lift your right knee up to the sky. Let the right ankle find that left knee and sit down. You might want to go deeper. I think if you reach your arms forward and stick your hips back, you'll feel a deeper stretch. I think, not saying I'm right. I don't know. I just keep on playing with this stuff. You could bring your hands to the floor, but then don't not bend your left knee. Yes, an arm balance is amazing. Lift your leg higher if you're in the arm balance. High to the sky with that back leg. Go high, 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 high. Good. And then we're going to rise up. Inhale. Take your time wherever you are. Foot to the floor, exhale, hands to the heart. Close your eyes. Just feel that way that the body invites you to fill. Find ease in it. Find a way to co-join and be part of it, not resisting it. So just in case you didn't get the memo, we're doing eagle pose. Got it? Yeah, we did a little bit like just saying. I don't think it's an easy pose. We might do an arm balance, see how we go. Not all of us are there. So did you just do your right buttock? Did we? I think you did. Yeah. So let's go left over right. Man, this is really messing with my brain. So it's your it's your right arm under left. I actually got it right. Unbelievable. Most of us leave our elbows down. I want you to lift up and then no tension in your neck. And if you draw your arm bones back, that helps. Does that make sense? Good. And then see if you can move your hips back as you pull yourself forward. You can always do open eagle if this is too much, right? You can put on the floor if this is too much, right? Good. And then you're going to look to your left and maybe unravel your arms. Let your left thigh land on the outside of your right tricep. Maybe as you let your heart lean forward, you can come to Ekapada Kundinasana. Maybe, baby. Yeah. Legs split, the back one goes high, the bottom one goes out and forward. Good. And then slow-mo, we'll unravel wherever you are. Inhale, rise up, let that knee lift up. Good. And then exhale, place it on the floor and fold all the way forward. My legs are crossed, just in case you didn't see that. Good. Stay for the breath in. Oh, long breath out. 2 more. You can always walk your hands over to the right if that feels like a little more juju, more goodness. Back to center. You might need to soften the knees. You might need to uncross the legs. Please rise on up. It's eagle wrap. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what side we did. I think, yeah, good. Thank goodness I've got friends in the room who can tell me. So look, the idea is to get it all the way around. That's hard though. You've actually got to have open hips for it, right? So you can always be here. You could have the toe on the floor, or you can do that open eagle. Like there's so many ways to practice. It's your right underneath your left this time. The hips move back as you pour yourself forward. And you're going to bend into that left knee. Does that make sense? And then maybe moving the arms towards the right. You find the floor, the hands find the floor, should I say. And you Find that little connection with the outside of your right thigh into the back of your left arm, maybe. Nice, Sarah. Nice, Rach. You got it, girl. COVID schmovid. What is that like? Seriously. All right, slowly unwinding. Good. Knee lifts and just release it. Take a breath in, folding over cross-legged, cross legs. Just enjoy your breath here. Again, if you'd like, you could walk your hands over to the left a little more. I feel that. Good. Walking back to center. If you need to uncross your legs, do that. Or rise on up. Take a breath in, stretch your arms again. Fold forward, let it be soft. Half lift. We'll meet in down dog, exhale. It's your right leg that lifts. Again, bend the knee. It might just feel good to be here, or you could flip it. You do you. We'll stay for one breath. If you flipped it, the inhale lifts you, it lifts the leg, and then look towards your right wrist. Your right knee is going to land there. And you'll come into Pigeon. Good. Pause. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, scoot your back foot back a little more. Nice. You can press through the top of the feet, but don't let the shin roll out. Can you see that? Like a lot of us are, it's no engagement. I want you to engage. So if that means keeping your back toes curled under, do that. Good. And then walk over to your right. Some of us will stay here. You could bend the elbows, or you could bend your left elbow and place your right hand on your left and lift your heart. Feel the ribs glide under. Try the other left elbow down. You were the only one. I don't help. Can you let the left hip get a little heavier? And think about extending through the crown of the head a little more. Holy moly. Nice. Slow-mo, we release. Hands to the floor, support yourself. Take a breath in. Three-legged dog, breath out. To flow or not to flow, your choice. Together we'll move, left leg lifts, knee bends. Find a shape that you prefer. We'll stay for a breath, a full one. The inhale lifts you wherever you are. And as you exhale, look towards your left wrist and take your left knee there. And then just come in a little deeper. If you lift your back leg and stretch it back, most of us have a little more. We just don't give it to ourselves. It's those habits, right? We come into the same place again and again. Or I do, because it's easier. But is it really helping? I don't know. Walk over to your left. This is lovely, just bending your elbows and being here. You don't have to do anything else. If you want that deeper spinal stretch, that's your right elbow in front of your left knee, your left palm meets the right. And then you want to press through the hands, but really think about lengthening through the crown of the head. And I've got to let my right hip get heavy. My right hip, that's my back leg, to get heavy, to drop down. That helps me twist around the vertebra of my backbone, the essence of all I am, I guess. Think about the chin, maybe lifting some of you, and like really stretch through the crown of your head. There we go, a little more expansive. Your hands will find the floor. Take a breath. Stay for the exhale. Three-legged dog, inhale. Again, your choice to flow or not to flow. I'll meet you in down dog. And last thing here, right leg lifts as you're ready. This time, look towards your right thumb and step your right foot there. This is a blanket, might be nice if you want to put a blanket under your left knee. We're going to take the left knee down. Good. And then right hand to right knee. This is another twist, and I'm going to suggest we take it a little deeper. You could even take your foot a little wider. You can even turn the toes out and lift the medial side. Yeah. So try using your right hand on, yeah. You can always put a block under your left if that feels. So if you're new to me and I haven't met you, no, you're doing good. You are doing good. Just don't get your heel down. You don't want your heel to be lifted like you're wearing those shoes. You know the ones I'm talking about. We all have a pair of them. Even Paul just gave me a look. Lift your back foot off the floor. This is a quad stretch, so you could just be here. Just, why did I say that? Someone needs to help me with my language. I need to remove that from my language. Perhaps you reach your right hand back towards your left foot, perhaps. Can you pull your back heel, your left heel towards your left buttock? Can you open your heart up a little more? You might even stretch the lips. Hannah's like got the best, biggest smile on in the back corner. Wish everyone could see you, Hannah. I think that's because you're having a good time, right? Yeah. All right, slow-mo release. There was an audible joy from that. All right, slow-mo, take your right leg wide. Listen, listen. Kickstand your left foot, let your right foot find the back of your mat, right hand to the sky. Take a breath in, right hand over the ear, breath out. We often do this in a warm-up pose, but how good does this feel? And then maybe inhale, right hand to sky, right leg lifts, catch that right foot. So it's the other foot. Good, press your foot back and lengthen through all that you are. Nice, nice, awesome. Slow-mo release, good. Take your knees a little wider. If you want to flow, do that. Otherwise, child's pose. Down dog if you're ready. Lift your left leg on an inhale. Step your left foot to your left thumb on an exhale. The knee comes down, padded if you need. And then I'm going to suggest everyone brings your left hand to the inside and toe heel that foot a little wider, your left foot. Yeah. And then maybe even let the toes come off the mat so you're at a 45-degree angle, and you could press through the outer edge, lifting the inside seam. My hand there, I don't want to push too much, but I just want to gently guide myself into this experience. Just listen, you can always lift the medial side of the foot up. Can you see how, yeah, how does that feel? A little deeper? Yeah, cool. It's okay to stay here, but can you just lift your back foot off the floor? That could be enough for many of us. Listen. If you can reach back and touch that foot, just yay you. It's back there somewhere, right? You got it. Yeah, and then buttock to heel, heel to buttock. So it's not wrong to go deep into your hip flexors, but I want to get more into the quads. So if you pull your heel to your buttock, you'll feel it more into the medial, sorry, the middle of the quad muscle. You can also do this. This is really fun. You could roll to the inside of your right quad. Maybe roll to the outside. That gets into all kinds of different places. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Talk about samsaras. Take your time to release. Take your time as you take your left foot wide and to the back of your mat. I'm going to suggest kickstanding your right leg behind you, left hand to the sky. Take a breath in. Over the ear, I'm pressing down through my back foot really strongly to really stretch open. Don't worry about the shape, how it feels for you. And watch your head, some of you are holding your head up. Let it drop. Good. And then maybe left hand to sky, left foot lifts. Bend the knee, Chapasana variation here. Press your foot back behind you. Shoulders open, heads are back. Don't hold tension in your head. In fact, you might even look to the floor and release and then lift it back up. Your heads move back with your spine. It's a curve in your spine. You want the head to be an extension of the spine. And slow-mo release. Child's pose, please. Please walk your hands back to your knees. Sit up into Vajrasana, which a lot of my esteemed colleagues call Japanese pose, even though yoga comes from the continent and different country in that continent. I don't know. Try this. Maybe fold your blanket a couple of times. We're going to lay on our bellies, and it might be really nice to have the blanket support the protrusions from this part of your body, the hips. See how that feels. You might stay in Sphinx pose. Remember, you want to press through your feet, lengthen the tailbone. Notice when I actually engage my legs, my booty engages, so I'm supporting myself. If you think you have a little more to give, you might bend your feet, maybe walk your knees a little closer. You can point your feet, but I'm going to suggest flexing them. You might take one hand to the front of your ankle, and then the other one. I'm a little too far back on my blanket. If I move back a little more, it's going to help me. Oh yeah, I like that. Think about flexing your feet. Think about your legs lifting you. Okay, you okay if I give you a little love? I'm just going to hold your shoulders. You use your feet. You push your feet back. just your feet, push your feet back to it. Yeah, flex them. Do you mind if I sit on them? Yeah, see how that kind of rocks you? You okay? Soften here, baby. Oh my gosh, that's it. You just did it, right? Just a different way of doing things. Come on down, release. I know I just sat on someone in a bow pose. I know. You know that about me, Rach. Come down, release, relax, adjust the blanket if it felt good. If it didn't feel good, get it out of the way. I like it. It hurts my hips when I come into this pose. And then do you guys all know the Greek goddess eating grapes pose? Okay, so just roll onto your side and support your head and look towards Katie, because I'm just going to show you something. So you guys at home, do you mind coming on my mat? Do you mind? Katie's a yoga teacher, so I feel comfortable in asking her for this. And, you know, I just did it with her, so she didn't scream too loudly. So come into your bow pose, Katie. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to come into it. Can you see she's like a little like tense here? So I wanted to maybe release her shoulders a little bit. And so I was offering her some support here. Can you just breathe out and like really lean into my hands even more, even more? Good. And then I think flexing her feet, flex them, and now push with your feet. And oh, can you see how deep she is? Just by releasing, I really just think it's here, Katie. Does that make sense? She's smiling. I did do this with her, but she was like, what the hell, Denise?
That's good.
It actually feels good because I'm just giving her the stability. This is why we need friends sometimes. I won't come and sit on all of you, but if you want me to help with your shoulders, I'm happy to try that. Or do you think you can do one more?
Yeah.
I promise you, you'll have more energy. Back bends are so energizing. Even if I just push your feet, Katie, does that make sense? Even that. Now take a breath in, breathe out. Yes, that's better, my friend. All right, come on down. She's done a little bit of this though, like 200 hours or something like that. Take your time, rest. You can stay there. Yeah. Yin's hard. What are you talking about? Will you just try one more time and just think about softening your shoulders, using your legs and see how it feels. And if you don't want me to touch you, just give me that look like, fuck off. No, I can't believe I just said that. I didn't mean to. Amazing. See how that, and bring your knees together a little more. Yeah, you don't even need me to do that. Amazing. Sarah, amazing. I can't help it. I can't help it. I get excited. Really. Amazing. If you didn't get me to sing to your butt and you want me to, rest, and I'll do it one more time. Otherwise, just rest. It actually should feel good just to rest. You just worked really hard. Sorry at home that I can't sit on have a cup of tea while I'm sitting on your heels. I don't want you to strain, but I want you to feel the freedom of releasing ideas of ourselves, because I know I do that. I have ideals of who I am, and sometimes I've got to pause and listen or talk to others who can see a little, a perspective for me. And then it shifts things. This is nothing else. This is our yoga. It helps us to keep growing, exploring and extending ourselves in different ways. If anyone else wants one more back bend, you could do bow one more time, or you could flip over onto your backs and do upward facing bow. That's where you place your hands on the floor and your feet on the floor. Do you know what I'm talking about, Judith? I think so. Or bridge, or you could just stay here laying on your belly. That's okay too. Or you could come and lay on your back for a breath or two. Or you could do camel pose. That's exactly bow pose, right? Thank you, oh wise one in the front row. Love you. Yeah, but this is exactly the same shape that you just did, right? Paul, I didn't get to sing to your butt. Yeah, that's okay, because I'm gonna hold you here. You use your legs, soften into my hands. Let me hold you. Yes. And then you push your legs back. Yes. You okay? Breathe.
Yep.
I promise I won't. I've done a little bit of it. Yeah. No, that would not feel good. Nice, Miss. Find your way as you're ready onto your backs, please. It's your right to choose any shapes that you feel like right now. I just would like us to just make sure our hips are nice and free after all that work. So if you bring your right knee into your chest again, please. And then your right ankle on top of that left knee. You interlace your hands behind your right thigh. I think this is deeper than pigeon. I really do. Flex your feet, pull your knee in, widen your right knee. Release your hands, let your left foot find the floor, and let the right foot go all the way over like an eagle wrap. And then you might move your hips by pushing through your left foot to the right as you pour your legs to the left. Release your right arm out long, or you could cactus it. Your next inhale, lift the knees, unravel the legs, and just pause, like shift your hips, pause with your feet wide and your knees together, just for a breath or two or three here. As you're ready, pull your left knee into your chest. You might need to shift your right foot, you might not. Left ankle on top of right knee, and then right knee pulls into towards your chest. I'm going to suggest flexing your feet. You can always extend your right leg if that felt good at the beginning. It might feel more open now. But keep pulling your right knee in and widening your left. The spine is long, so the middle back is not flat on the floor. I want you to think about pushing through your sit bones to create that energy. Releasing your foot to the floor. Let the left leg glide all the way over. Pushing down through your right, lift the hips up, move them to the left as you fold to the right. Twist to your right. Left arm releases. Again, if your waist is flat on the earth, can you lift it up? Think about the left hip moving long away from you. Back to center as you're ready on a breath in. Unravel, just pause again. Before we come into our final resting place, I was going to offer an inversion. You could just simply lift your legs up to the sky. You might need to put a block under your sacrum to help with that shape. That just gives you a little more stability. You could choose a shoulder stand. Just please do not compress the vertebra of the neck. You could choose a headstand. If you did shoulder stand, plow would be really a great extension. Take your time wherever you're at to maybe layer up as you unravel from your final shape and find a resting place of your choice. If you have a blanket, you might like to layer and throw a blanket over you, or ask me, give me a wave and I can get something for you. Sorry, Michaela. Let the feet go wider, some of you. Let the hands even go off the mat. I want you to think about the body being held, like loving hands behind your heart. See if you can fall back into them. Let Mother Earth receive you for the next few minutes, nourish you, support you. Rather than following the familiar samsaras of our mind, could you simply let yourself just stay with the awareness of your breath moving in your body? The truth is, we need each other. At times, our own light goes out and it's rekindled by a spark from another person. Perhaps right now, each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who may have ignited that flame within us. They may not even have known it. You may not even know them. Please take your time to deepen your breath. Take your time to bring a knee, one at a time, I think, into your chest. Take time to hug yourself, to move in any way that feels nourishing to you. And then take your time to meet me in a seat. We'll seal this practice together. Hands meet in front of your heart. And from inside, from our heart of hearts, let the sounds of ourselves rise up and join together as a collective vibration as we start the rest of our day. Let us share the sound of Om together, please. Take a deep breath in. Bowing to your heart as I bow to each of you with immense gratitude for your good company. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.